The Mixolydian mode is one that is used widely in lots of different styles of music, everything from pop to jazz and blues. Its distinctive major sound makes it very popular. You'll find it used on its own, but it can also evolve into something else, which makes it very versatile for songwriters. In this video, I'll show you what chords can be used with the Mixolydian mode, how to use these chords in progressions, and why this can change your songwriting in interesting ways. Mixolydian is easy to understand. It is identical to the major scale, but with a flat seventh. For example, C major has the notes C, D, E, F, G, A and B. If we lower the seventh note B by a semitone or half step, then we have B flat. This is the flat 7 note in the C Mixolydian mode. To give you a feel for this, I'll play C Mixolydian up and down on the guitar. Underneath, I'll play the C major chord on piano. Listen out for the major energy that Mixolydian has. Mixolydian is also known as the fifth mode of the major scale. That means you can start on the fifth note of a major scale and then use the same notes in the same order to construct a Mixolydian mode. To demonstrate this, look at the notes in the F major scale. F, G, A, B flat, C, D and E. If we start on the fifth note C, then you can see the notes for the C Mixolydian mode that we saw earlier. You can use the Mixolydian mode to construct a series of 7 chords. This is known as the Mixolydian tonality, which works much like a major or minor key that you might have heard of. Using these chords will evoke the smooth, open sound that Mixolydian is known for. On screen you can see the chords found in the A Mixolydian tonality, with the notes that go into each chord. I will use them throughout the video for examples. These chords are 1 A major, 2 B minor, 3 C sharp diminished, 4 D major, 5 E minor, 6 F sharp minor, and flat 7 G major. There are many simple open chords which make this a good choice for guitar players. You can also have a look at C Mixolydian and G Mixolydian and D Mixolydian for similarly comfortable chords. So how can we use these chords to write progressions and songs? Well, unlike other modes, Mixolydian is relatively stable. As such, you can use most of the chords to create progressions that sound Mixolydian and don't draw your ear elsewhere. But if you want to maximise the mixo sound, you will want to lean into the flat 7 chord. Here's how that sounds when paired simply with the 1 chord in A Mixolydian. If you bring in the other major chord, 4, then you have unlocked 3 chords which work well together in any order. So well that they are actually the foundation of many popular songs. With that in mind, I'll use them in a few different orders now to demonstrate the great sound they provide in A Mixolydian. Writing songs on guitar can be an isolating experience, but you are not alone. Every week I send a free newsletter to thousands of guitarists, helping them with their songwriting. You can join them by visiting writeonguitar.com and signing up today. The link is also in the description. One of the most unique aspects of Mixolydian is the minor fifth triad. Usually the 5 chord in major sounding modes is a major chord. This provides a strong pull back to the 1 chord, providing the essential tension and resolution that our ears are drawn to in music. This is so powerful that even in minor keys, you'll see this major 5 chord borrowed across. But combined with the generally upbeat Mixolydian chords that we've explored so far, the minor 5 actually works quite well, adding a bittersweet sound to the progressions. This means you can play a variation of the classic 1-4-5 progression, which is a staple of the major key. Here's how that sounds in A Mixolydian, along with the minor 5 played next to the signature flat 7. Another specific aspect of the Mixolydian mode is that you can play the 1 tonic chord as a dominant 7th. This gives it a bluesy hardness that is drawn from the flat 7 note. You can use this on its own or play it alongside the standard major 1 chord to provide contrast and interest. In the next example, I'll do just that in A Mixolydian. Have a listen to the different dimension that this chord brings the progression. We've seen Mixolydian is stable enough to stand alone, but it can also be combined with other modes to create interesting hybrid ideas that can evolve your songs. The most common way to do this is to write in major keys and borrow across the strongly Mixolydian flat 7 chord. This can be used to create a lovely cadence, 1, 5, 4, flat 7. Here's how that sounds in A major. Alternatively, base yourself in Mixolydian and borrow across from other modes to generate interesting, complex progressions. For example, you could bring in the flat 6 from the parallel minor to add another interesting major chord to the mix. Here's an example of this in A Mixolydian, borrowing F major 7 from the parallel A minor key. Something to note about Mixolydian, and all modes to be honest with you, is that many songs and progressions can be described as being in several modes at the same time. In particular, this can easily happen between Mixolydian and its relative major key. For example, listen to this progression. Where do you feel the tonal centre is? AGD could be written as 1 flat 7 4 in A Mixolydian, but equally it could be a 5 4 1 progression in the key of D major. Both versions are valid ways of communicating this progression. Ultimately, without any additional information like a melody or guitar solo, it's up to personal interpretation. And if we simplify this progression even further to just G and A, then it could be interpreted 3 different ways. You could say it's a 1 to 2 sequence in G Lydian, a flat 7 to 1 in A Mixolydian, or even a 4 to 5 in D major, which is seeking out D. So you can see how easy it is for a Mixolydian song to evolve into something else. This ambiguity affects different modes to different levels, so having an understanding of all the modes is critical if you want to be crystal clear with your musical intentions. Watch the video on screen now to master another major sounding mode, Lydian.